It was a bit of a shock to the system at the start, but we've adapted very, very quickly to online selling. The government's response has been phenomenal, and the money in place to support businesses means that we can do things at our own pace and slowly build back into normality safely. We shouldn't have to rush to get the doors open. The council's been very, very good at getting the grant money out to businesses with rateable values. They want you to have that money and it's there to be used. My only hope is that the government decides to make the furloughing part-time, because at the moment you're either furloughed or you're not, so I can't get staff back to grow the business. It would be risky, like for my other store, to suddenly just furlough all of that team and then have no customers, but then have no support. So I'm hoping the government decides that they can do a part-time furlough. So instead of trading 7 days a week, I can trade 3 and I'm able to furlough the staff for the 4 to help us open in stage capacity.
I think the thing that I've learned the most over the last couple of months is about trusting our team and our employees. I think if you'd asked me 6 months ago about flexible working, we all said that we believed in flexible working and we tried to make it as possible as it could be, but we were always questioning what people were doing and always felt there was more value having them sat at a desk than there would be them working at home. And I think the biggest change that we've noticed is that people are sometimes even more productive working from home, and they really appreciate the flexibility of being able to let work kind of fit around their life, and as a result, as an agency, we're getting a lot more back.
You try to sort of prod along, as they say. It's the good old English spirit, isn't it? You know, whatever happens, you carry on, or curry on, rather. We decided to close because some of my more crucial staff, like the chefs, they didn't want to come out of the house. And when I think back to it now, it's probably the best thing to do. I myself was absolutely don't know what to, the fear of catching the virus, passing it on to family. That overtook the fear of losing your business. So we ended up closing for about 5 weeks. But going on to the point, one of the things that made me decide to close also when we did close and to keep it, the extension of the closure, was the government help. You know, for whatever, there's negative comments and positive comments, but I think what needed to be done was done, and it was done so quickly, so immediately. These kind of things, when we researched it after, it takes 2-3 years to set up. But kudos to our Chancellor to get it done within 3 weeks. That gave us a lot of confidence to say, right, am I going to have a roof over my head at the end of this? It gave me that sort of cushion to reassess everything. I have to say, you must adapt to new things in business. We did that quite quickly, actually. Within 2 weeks, we transformed ourselves into a home delivery and takeaway business.
So there's real opportunities to scale up and grow from this. We're tightening up the offer. We're probably breaking about 50% of the business off and throwing it in the bin, but we're then strengthening the other 50% that is really, really working and really hammering that over the next 6 months. I think the brand's really going to benefit because of it.
For me, in the hospitality trade, I think, it's going to be a very, very, very steep hill ahead. And if you can overcome it, for us it will be Mount Everest conquering. So you always have to be positive. 10 years ago, they said you're mad opening this, and I'm still here 10 years later.
What that means for the future for us, I guess, is around thinking about physical buildings, and do we need an office? Do we need a central place which is permanent, or can we look at maybe a more flexible working arrangement where we have different hubs, not just in Leicester but in London, Leicester, Manchester, or whether we're actually working closer to where our clients are. So there are lots of big questions that we've got to ask over the next couple of months around how we continue to work differently in the future.
For me, it's like it gives us an opportunity to kind of take a step back. I've been doing it 10 years full on, and it's given me time to breathe, take stock of the business, take a step back and review what we can do moving forward, what to invest in, what hasn't worked, and we're going to strip out the business. So, to be honest, it'd be quite positive for us, I think, this whole experience.